And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Welcome to the Dice Tower! Hey, I'm back!
Alright, today we're talking about a game, I'm not even really sure how to pronounce it. It looks like Mo, or Mao, or Moo, which makes sense if it's about cows. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter because I'm not going to say it much anymore because this game is boring.
No, it's not!
Okay, but you can ignore her because it really is boring. But it's a game that's very similar to Ono 99 or games in which Zeus and Loose, I think, is one. We're basically trying to force someone else where they cannot play a card on the table. Very simple game, and I'll admit the theme is funny with cows and flies. Let's show it to you.
Wait.
Here in the middle of the table we have the Mo, Moo card, or whatever it is. This shows you what turn order the game goes in. And you'll be playing with a deck of cards. Most of these cards will show a cow. Now there's a couple characteristics about that cow. It has a number in the top hand corner, and it has a bunch of flies. This cow has one fly, while this beautiful cow has none. Then there's this real creepy cow with 3 flies. And occasionally you'll get a real trasher of a cow. Like this gentleman here, who has multiple flies. He has to have 5 on it. So when it's a player's turn, the first thing they do, if there's no cows on the table, you play a cow on the table. The next player must play a cow at the beginning or at the end of this line. 3 can go there because it's less than 9. You can't play 5 anymore because it doesn't fit in between the cards. You can't play 9 because it's already out, but you can play this 11 at the other end of 9. And eventually a player is not going to be able to add a card to this row on either side, or they just don't want to add a card, and at that point you take all the cows that are in the middle, you put them in front of you, and those will be points for you at the end of the game.
You don't want points.
Yeah, you don't want points. There's a few special cards. The ones with 5 flies are those. This one can be stuck in between other cows. Some cows, like this one here, go on top of another cow. So if I have a 6 in play, this cow goes on top of him. I have no idea why this is even remotely a part of the theme, but what have you. And every time you play one of those, you're also allowed to change the direction of play if you want.
Which is in the corner of
Right.
5 fly cows.
So you continue to do this after the end of your turn. You draw a game. You keep going until the deck of cards runs out. Everyone adds all their flies to their score. The game ends when one farmer has over 100 flies. At that point, the player with the least flies is the winner.
Woohoo!
So as you can see, the game itself offers very little strategic choices. There is some in the aspect of you can play a card, you can play your highest or lowest card that you have, trying to force the next player into position so that they're forced to take cards. But since you have no idea what cards in their hand, you're kind of just guessing. And it's sometimes one player just keeps getting forced to take card after card after card after card. Well, it's not so funny when it's you, is it? But anyway, the special cards are funny. The theme is funny, and I played it with some people who thought it was funny. But folks, realize this is a game that's really right there along the lines of Uno. So if you're the kind of person who likes Uno a lot, thinks there's a lot of strategy in Uno, then I would say that this is right down your alley. If you think Uno is a bit lucky, then this is the same thing. The only reason I think some people are falling all over this is because of the theme. I've never understood why people can kind of spit at Uno and those kind of card games and go, they're so simple, and then take a game like this and go, wow, this is so light and refreshing. It's the same thing! Okay. But you like it. Why?
Because I like to make sure the other person will get the cards. Like when somebody put down a 1 and I had a 16 in my hand. In the whole deck there was only 1 0 and 1 16, by the way. And so there is a 1, so I quickly put down 16, so the next person that was supposed to play a card would have to take the card.
So it's up to you. If you have kids, this might be a really good game for you to play with your family. Other than that, I would say pass on it. We're not going to keep it because it's not a very good game. No one in our family likes playing it. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.
Hey, and I'm Melody.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.